Okay, now let's take a look at an example where you have to find an angle, which means you have side, side, side. So here it gives us a triangle, ABC, and I am just going to draw the triangle over here. It's not going to be pretty, but that's okay. So AB is 7, BC is 5, and CA is 8. And it says find the measure of BCA. So this is the angle I'm finding. So because I'm finding C, 7 is going to be the side that's going to be on the left. So we're going to have 7 squared equals, and then in no particular order, I'm going to say 8 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 8 times 5 times the cosine of C. And so remember, when we find angles, we have to use that inverse cosine on our calculator. So we're going to eventually have to use this when we are finding this particular angle measure. So what I do is the first thing you're going to have to do is this whole chunk right here is going to have to subtract to the other side. So instead of calculating it to make it a little quicker, I just subtract. I take 7 squared or 49 and I subtract the 8 squared plus 5 squared, and I just type that all in my calculator at the same time. And when I subtract that whole piece, that ends up canceling here. And when I subtract it, I get negative 40 is equal to, and then if I multiply that together, that is negative 80, and then cosine of C. Don't forget about this negative sign. Don't lose that. That always goes with that negative 2 or that 2. So then to get the C by itself, oh, I just froze. I'm going to have to divide by negative 80 on both sides. And that's going to get rid of that. And we're going to have, I'm going to come over here. That can simplify if you want to simplify it. If you don't want to simplify it, you do not have to because your calculator can do that for you. But you're going to have negative 40 over negative 80 is equal to cosine C. But remember, we need to get rid of this cosine. So in order to do that, we use that inverse cosine so that those cancel and I just have the C. But if I do it to one side, I need to do it to the other side. So in your calculator, you're doing cosine to the negative 1, so second cosine, and then negative 40 divided by negative 80, and you end up with 60 degrees. So the measure of angle C, or BCA, I guess is how they labeled it, is 60 degrees. Okay, and so now it says part B says find the area of the triangle. So if you recall, we learned our area formula is 1/2 BC sine of A. And so if we think about that triangle that we have 7, um, 5, 8, and then we just found that to be 60 degrees. And this area formula has to be side angle side in order for us to use it. And I have side, angle, and a side. And so I can plug that information in and find my area. I'm going to have 1/2. One of my sides is 8, the other side is 5. And then I'm going to have sine of 60 because that's my angle measure. And when I type that in, I find the area of this triangle to 3 sig fig is 17.3 centimeters squared. So we can find our area even though we don't know our height. And that is how you use side, side, side with cosine rule.